Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be trying to recreate a drawing of a nail set that I did and try to bring it to life. So here's the drawing that I'm going to try to recreate. It's basically beachy vibes. I did this drawing on Procreate, and I am not a pro at Procreate, okay? I am just getting started with it, so bear with me with these drawings. I know some people can really get into the nail designs with Procreate, but I'm not there yet. So I'm going to explain my design so you guys know what I'm trying to do. So the pointer finger is going to be a French shell nail. So it's going to have that shell nail design that you kind of see all over the place on social media. And then the second finger is going to be, I kind of want like waves crashing onto the sand kind of look, I don't know. And then on the ring finger, it's going to be just feet, like footprints in the sand. And then the pinky, I saw this 3D water design and I really want to try it. This is my first attempt trying this, so this could turn out really bad, I don't know, but it looks super cool, super realistic. So I want to give it a try. So let's see how this nail design turns out. So I'm going to start with prepping. I'm going to take my cuticle pusher and just push back my cuticles here. And then we're going to get rid of some of this dead skin after I push back my cuticles. And now I'm just going to use the other side of my cuticle pusher just to kind of scrape off some of that skin. We don't need none of that, so we're going to get that right on off. I'm going to be doing the soft gel method to try to bring this drawing to life. So I'm just going to buff out my natural nail to remove the natural shine from it. And if you don't have a nail drill, you can always use a hand file, which is what I'm doing right now, just to lightly remove that shine from your natural nail. Now I'm going to get out my dehydrator, and we're going to put 1 coat of dehydrator. This dehydrator is from my soft gel kit, Glazed. Really, most of the materials that I'm going to use for prepping comes from my soft gel kit. And now we're going to go in with 1 coat of primer. The coat of primer just adds a sticky layer to help adhere the tip to your natural nail. Now for this next part, I'm going to take some tip glue and add 1 layer of tip glue on my natural nail. I haven't always done this when it comes to prepping, but I find for me personally, it really helps prevent bubbles once you apply the tip. That little nugget of skin on the side is killing me right now. I did not feel like fighting with it, so I actually didn't try to get it off. But yeah, now looking back at it, it's definitely killing the vibe. Now to the soft gel tips. So I have some medium square tips that are coming soon to the Glazed site, and I am really excited about these tips because not only can you get medium square, but of course you can go a little shorter and get a nice short square, and all you have to do is cut it down and file the free edge to make it straight, and you have the perfect shape every time. So you don't really have to do so much shaping with these tips to get the perfect square shape that you're looking for. And I kind of want to cut these down just a little tad. But for the most part, we don't have to do too much shaping with this. So I'm excited about these tips. And right here, I'm just showing you the flash curing lamp with the cord that comes with the kit as well. So now we can go ahead and get started with prepping the actual tip. So I'm just going to buff out the inside of the tip. And this actually helps with your nails lasting as long as you want them to. For me, every time my nails last up to 3 weeks whenever I prep the way that I'm showing you that I'm prepping now. So buffing out the tip, and then what I'm going to do is add 1 coat of primer on the inside of that tip as well. Now, one of you guys actually gave me this tip. This hack to add that primer on the inside of the tip after you buff, and it really does help your nails last long. Now I'm going to just add that tip glue on the inside of the tip. I do 1 coat of tip glue, and then I kind of scrape my brush to scrape that excess of the glue into the tip. And for me, that kind of gives me the perfect amount of glue every single time. I also like to kind of pinch the tip a little bit. I'm not doing it here, but I like to pinch the tip a little bit so I can have like a nice suction of that glue, so it can just go straight to the free edge and it doesn't seep out the sides. And then we can go ahead and cure, and that gives me a clean application every single time. You want to leave it to flash cure for 60 seconds, but you also want to cure it under a bigger lamp for another 60 seconds just to make sure it's cured through and through. Okay, so for length, this is what the length is before you do any cutting down. After you apply it, this is what it looks like. I want to cut it down just a little bit more. So just about that much. And then I'm going to take my file and we're going to go ahead and file it straight. This is a 80-100 grit file. And I'm just going to take that, file that straight, and we're good to go. Such a crisp finish, and I didn't even have to file on the sides. It's already perfect, so we're going to leave that alone. All I'm going to do next is just get around that cuticle area. I'm just going to file that down. And using this file, what I want to say, using this drill bit that I'm using, you don't really need to file that much. All you need to do is go around it one good time, and then you're done. And with a dusting brush, I'm just going to dust off all of that cute little pixie dust there. And we're just going to take some acetone. I have this pure acetone from Kiara Sky, and this acetone gets the job done every single time. It melts down the plastic around the cuticle area, so you can have a seamless finish every time. So if you have time, you definitely want to make sure you don't skip that step. So our first design that we're going to try is the Pinky, which is the 3D water design. And I am kind of nervous about this one because this is my first time trying it. So let's just see how it goes. So I'm going to start with 1 coat of this jelly blue color that I have here, and it's not really giving me the color that I thought it would. I thought it would turn out a little bit more like the shade that's kind of on the brush or the stick of the brush. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cure that, and hopefully once I put some more on top of this flex gel, some more of that blue, then it'll come through. But I'm going to take this flex gel, which is solid gel, moldable gel. And basically what I saw in the video is the person placed the gel on top of the nail and spread it all over the nail first. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here with this nail art tool. And yeah, just mushing it, trying to get a thin layer of it all over the nail. And it was pretty easy to maneuver. But the part that I was kind of struggling with was the part where we have to make kind of the ripples in the water. So I'm getting ready to do it right now. So I'm going to take the nail art tool and the sculpture tool and just kind of, I don't even know, just kind of push it in different directions, kind of to try to mimic that ripple look that's in water. And I really was trying to mimic what the person was doing in the video, but I really don't think I got this part right. But for this being my first try, I did pretty good. But maybe with a bit more practice, this will turn out to look a little bit more realistic. But let me just show y'all what I did. Now, after I kind of got it to where I wanted it to be, I went on and cured it for a good 60 seconds. And then it kind of looks like, you know, that wet look that people are into now with the clothes, like that wet shirt look. That's what it looks like right now. But we want it to look like water. So like I said, I'm going to just put another coat of that blue on top so we can see a little bit more of the blue water look kind of come through, because right now it does not look that blue. And it still doesn't. Like, I was very highly disappointed. So I think eventually what I did was I came with a darker shade of that blue, jelly blue, and kind of went in with a fine liner brush. And this is not what the person in the video did. I'm kind of like winging this part a little bit, just to get it to look a little bit more blue. Don't know if it's helping or if it is making it look worse. But yeah, we're gonna see what the finished look looks like. I definitely did more work on this off camera, but after I cured it, I'm gonna go in with some white gel, and we're gonna bring back out our fine liner brush. And then basically I'm just tracing everywhere that I have, every place that I have a ripple. So just tracing on top of that, but also keeping in mind what I need it to look like. I want it to look like water. So in some places I really had to kind of improvise, make it look more like, maybe more connected, because I think some of the ripples weren't really connected all that much. So that's kind of what I did here. I did a lot off camera because it was kind of hard to do this on camera. But I'm just going back in and just filling in areas a little bit more where I think it needs to be thicker. You're really dealing with, for the most part, thin lines. So I think I went a little overboard off camera with the lines, and I was trying to go back in with some acetone to make some of these lines thinner. But yeah, for the most part, this is kind of what I came up with this 3D water design. I'm gonna just let you guys be the judge of how well I did. So next we have the ring finger, which is the footprints that I want to incorporate in this set. So I'm going to start with a nude base. This one is pretty translucent, so off the bat I already know we're going to have to go in with probably about 2 or 3 coats. And I did about 2, went on and cured off camera, but now I'm going in with a top coat, and I'm not going to cure this top coat. I'm going to get some acrylic and dump the acrylic onto the wet top coat. And we're still not going to cure it quite yet. Once it's completely covered, I'm going to go in with a dotting tool and just shape out the shape of a foot. So first I'm going to start with the ball of the foot and then the heel of the foot. So I make a dot where I want the ball of the foot, and then I make a smaller dot to where I want the heel of the foot, and then I just basically connect those dots to make the whole shape of the footprint. And then of course kind of fill that in a little bit, itch that out, and then we're going to go in with the toesies. Going to start with the big toe and go ahead with those little toes, the smaller toes. And that's like, in my head, the easiest way I know how to like draw a foot. So that is what I did to kind of make that footprint. And I really want it to look like feet, footprints in the sand. So this is why I am kind of etching this out with a dotting tool and with this acrylic. And this is not the first time that this has been done. I've been inspired by other creators with this design. So yeah, and once I'm satisfied, we're gonna go ahead and cure that and lock it in. Going to take my dust brush, dust that off, and then we are done with that now. Now we can move on to the next one, which is the waves crashing onto the shore. So I'm going to just start by putting all of these different shades of blue together. I'm going to start by lining them up. And this is a jelly blue. This one is, I think also, well, no, this one is a solid blue. And then this color is a lighter blue, lighter jelly blue. And then we're going to add some white in there, and I'm going to kind of swirl these colors together. And this is going to make up our waves. Now, I'm really just winging this. I'm not even going to lie to you because I wasn't sure how I wanted to go with this, like where I wanted to go with this look. But I am just going to make it look as best as I possibly can. I really wanted to embrace the mix match look that is kind of popular a little bit, you know, a different style on every single nail, that type look. And so that's what I'm kind of embracing here. I usually don't do it, so I wanted to try it and then try to doodle it out first and then recreate my doodle. So lately I honestly have been having a creative block, and I think this is like the perfect way to get my creative juices flowing again. Just drawing something out and trying to recreate the drawing. And I used to do this all of the time, but maybe I should bring it back, maybe not. Who knows? But I kept adding different colors to the wet gel until I was satisfied. And I went on and cured this because I think I like the way this is going. And I'm just adding in some white gel right there at the edge, so that can make up like where the waves is kind of crashing in. And I'm just going to take my brush and kind of poke at it so it look like it's actually crashing in there, you know? And that's how that kind of ended up looking. And this is the finished look. I honestly added more off camera to that one nail, but it didn't end up looking good. So I am just going to leave it alone. Here I'm just going back over it a little bit with some white gel polish. And I wanted to try to put some suds over it and cure it, just to see how that would look. And it really didn't transfer that well. A little bit of it took, like right on the upper part of it, but towards the bottom, it kind of didn't stick. So we're just going to leave it like that and move on to the pointer finger. I'm going to go ahead in with a coat, well, really 2 coats of nude. It's the same shade of nude that we used on the last finger that we did. And this is going to be the shell nail. So we're going to need a nice nude base here. So I wanted to make sure we got good coverage there. I went on and cured that. And now I'm going in for a French nail look. So we're going to start with the white base for the French. And now I'm just going to go ahead and swoop in and do the curve everything out to make that French look and fill in the bottom half with that white. Now, once I fill everything in, I am not going to cure. Okay, and here I have different shades of brown that I want in the shell look. Just swirled it around a little bit to marble it. And I have a fine liner brush. And I'm just going to take all of those colors and kind of come in and just swipe side to side. And I'm mostly getting kind of that lighter nude color. So I'm going to go back in and get some of that darker brown in there, so we can have like a mixture of those different colors, kind of like a shell is, a seashell. And you can honestly just play with the design until you're satisfied. So I'm going back in to get some of those darker shades in there a little bit more. And we can go ahead and cure that. And now I'm going to go a little bit into the textured part of the look. I have my not polished gem gel. It's always my go-to when I do looks like this. Just putting it on my long fine liner brush. And in the picture, I kind of tried to draw out me doing this part, but it did not turn out. It probably doesn't even look like what we're about to do. But anyways, I like to kind of let the product drip to the bottom part of the brush and then ease my way up. And it'll thin out as I'm easing my way up. And I'm doing this in real time. I'm not speeding it up, so you guys know, like, this is going pretty slowly. And you don't have to go quick on this. just ease it up and it comes out perfectly. Now I do cure in between every little line that I do, because if I don't, then it'll start to bleed out and look like a big blob, a big mess. And once I'm finished with all of my lines and I cured them, I do go in with a top coat, but it's a very thin layer of top coat just to top everything off so there's no sticky parts. And now I'm just going to go in with just a charm. I thought something was missing towards the top, so I'm going to put a starfish charm up at the top, and it's very small, but it kind of completes the look in a way. And then I wanted to put pearls on each side because it just makes sense, you know, pearls and shells and whatnot. So there's that, and that's finished. I put a top coat on that finger off camera, but I am top coating this one on camera for you guys. And that is about it. This is the whole set, and this is my mix matched set. Let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments down below. I really like the concept of this video, so I definitely might do another one where I draw it out first and then bring the whole set to life. So y'all let me know how y'all like that. We are restocking very soon with Glazed. We have some new tips coming soon. If you want to be the first to know when we restock, make sure you go to glazedbyc.com and sign up for our wait list. All you have to do is put your email in. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. And I will see you guys in my very next video.